I'm always trying to be a leader with my content. Like the first thing that I do, go on the For You page, start scrolling around right when I wake up. First 30 minutes just scrolling. Take inspiration from other viral videos. There's a structure to what they're doing, the recipe to going viral. The algorithm's already telling you what's working.
You'd spend 6 hours just for a 60-second TikTok.
There's a reason why. The video that I just posted, for the people that are watching this, is a recipe to going viral. So let me break it down. The first thing that I do is I'm always trying to be a leader with my content. Like I don't want it to be the exact same as anybody else's anything, but I do take inspiration from other viral videos and tweak it in a way that I know is gonna go even more viral. The algorithm's already telling you what's working, okay? The algorithm says, this video caught our attention. It's making people argue in the comments or they have different opinions. It's shoving it to the world. Okay, so that works. So let's take this concept and apply it to what I know and what I'm trying to teach and reposition it. So I saw this video that was like, here's what it's like to make $100,000 a month. And I thought, okay, that's great, but that's unrealistic for most people. I've made $2,000 to $3,000 a month my whole life up until 3 years ago. Why not walk people through the steps of what it looks like to make $5,000 a month, to $10,000 a month, to $20,000 a month, to that fuck you money, which is $40,000 a month, and really show people like this is how your lifestyle can change and break down the barriers of this, this topic of money that everybody has. And along the way, make some jokes, make it entertaining. And that's another thing that I learned. People want entertaining content. The reason why some of these Twitch streamers and YouTube streamers do so well is because they're entertaining. That doesn't mean that you have to like cross this boundary of being like, some of these guys say they say like racist stuff, or they'll say like, they just say crazy shit because they want to get clout. You don't have to do that.
You did mention on the pod, you don't follow many people on social, but you do to sometimes get some creative ideas.
I try my hardest to not find inspiration from anybody that's in my same sector. So I won't find anybody that's doing real estate stuff or anybody that's doing Airbnb stuff. The best way to, to do that, to find inspiration from other people's content, just go on the For You page and start scrolling around. Or, I spend basically like, kind of like right when I wake up, first 30 minutes or like 40 minutes just scrolling. Fuck a morning routine.
Yeah.
Scrolling because my mind is firing. I'm looking to get creative. I'm looking for something to inspire me to create a video. Then I'll open up my notes app and start kind of saving like, hey, bullet point here, remake this video, but do this style and blah, blah, blah. And then, I'll go on about my day and I'll make that video. And that's typically what's going to, lead to going viral.
Can you walk through how you became so damn creative? Like what's your inspiration and all that?
The problem that I was seeing when I first started creating content was that I didn't think people were doing it good enough. And I thought there was a couple of guys that did it amazing and everybody else sucked. There's a structure to what they're doing. Obviously, they know something that we don't. There's a reason why every video is kicking off. And there's different ways to look at things. Like nowadays, you have somebody like Gary Vee or the Grant Cardones or whatever, where they're basically just, their whole life is content. Somebody's just clipping everything that they do, everything they say outlandish stuff. And I didn't want to be anybody that said anything outlandish. I didn't want to be anybody that was fake. I wanted to be able to be myself and show people what I knew and also what I didn't know. For the people that are wanting to get started with creating content and with marketing stuff, there's something that's sexy about being a beginner and trying to find your way and following the journey and following the process. So that was like one of the first things I learned. I used to think about like, why was it that my grandma would make me stay up and wait after watching Jeopardy every single, Tuesday to watch the new episode of Lost? It's because they left her on a cliffhanger. She's excited about what's coming. She's thinking about it all week. And then they start off with this crazy hook in the beginning with this monster capturing somebody and a recap and a this and a that. So I'm like, okay, so TV shows have it figured out. And what it is that they've set up a series. And so I started with a series. The space that I started in before any of the education stuff, before any of the Airbnb stuff, was in the stock trading and the crypto investing space. I was already trading and, I was learning as I was going, but I also knew more than 95% of people. So I just began creating this series that was like, hey, if you want to learn how to get started investing, here it is. If you want to learn how to make money, here it is. And here's what I'm learning as I'm going. And all of a sudden, these videos are compounding with hundreds of thousands of views. I don't even have to show my face, and it's way more about the information that I'm sharing and less about me as a person.
Do you have a sense for how many views your biggest video got?
Yeah, I think biggest video, maybe like 10 million views on TikTok and like 3 or 4 million on Instagram.
This is cross-posted?
Yeah, cross-posted. I cross-posted.
What percent of your week do you think you're spending on creative?
Like 80% of my week.
Okay, that's important because I want people to understand that like that is how much time it takes to build really strong creative, because I believe that creative is the X factor. I think you brought this up too on how you're planning to go hard on YouTube.
I think that YouTube is the best platform in the world. I think the two things that matter the most are cash flow and longevity in the creator space. I want to be myself. I want to post and share what I want. I want to help people, and I don't care that it like, I'm also excited that it makes me money. My goal is like, I can help a lot of people. And so if I can help as many people as possible, make money, share my life, and do this all while like I actually enjoy my lifestyle, like I actually get to go travel, I'm actually spending time with, real relationships with people that matter. I do what I want to every single day. I'm super happy, and I realize I'm happy right now. I want to keep this lifestyle going, and I just don't want to be a fucking guru.
What are you doing on YouTube right now then? Like, is it vlog style? Like, what is the move?
The problem with my YouTube career, which has like 3,000 subscribers, and it just got started last month, I waited too long. My in terms of like people, let's just say searching Mr. 4 to 8 or like having my peak exposure was probably during peak COVID.
Yeah.
Okay, because that was when it was. I'm not saying that I'm never gonna have a spike like that again, but now it's more like you can see the slow grind versus it was nuclear.
Yeah.
I should have capitalized on it then, and I had every right. I just should have, could have, would have. And you know what? I try not to dwell on past mistakes. That was a major mistake that I've made in my, in this short-lived career. Now that I'm getting started, what is the purpose? The purpose is, I had a good friend of mine who's a mentor. His name's Umar Ashraf. He has 500,000 subs on YouTube. He's been around the trading space for like 10 years. The lifespan of a creator is not very long. It's like that of a rapper or, that has a one-hit wonder, or an NBA player, 3 years, adios. If that's the case, and you have somebody that's been around for 10 years, I asked him, I said, what's the sauce? He goes, you have to think in 10-year increments. And so when he told me that, I realized, man, I've been thinking month to month, day to day, week to week, and I'm afraid, and I live in fear. I have a fear with money. I have a fear that it's like finite and that it's going away, and that, God forbid I ever go back to making a couple $1,000s a month again, or 20,000. This unrealistic
That's
numbers.
good. The fear drives you.
It does drive you,
Yeah.
but to some extent, though, it also leaves you playing the short game and not the long game. And so for me on YouTube, the idea is there right now with basically out of 8 videos that I shoot at a time. So I'm doing 8 videos at a time. We film for 3 days. I write the scripts, and then we just bang them out. Maybe like 4 to 6 of them will be on very niche Airbnb topics. Some of it, though, like the lifestyle stuff, I want to share too, so people can get to know me a little bit more. And then on the opposite side of the token, you have these generalists. Iman Gadzhi is a great example.
Yep.
Sebastian George is a great example.
Yep.
Where they do have 1 or 2 videos where they kind of interweave this, like, you may not know you're being sold, but by the way, hey, I do SMMA, and here's my course, and this is how I got rich doing it. And so if I have a video that pops that gets 2 million views talking about is Airbnb gonna crush it, and it has a great call to action, which is like, hey, book a call with my team. Well, shit, that thing is, I never have to I don't have to make any more videos or anything. Like, I just hit the jackpot. So that's the beauty of YouTube. The problem is, if you only make hyper niche videos, then you will be grinding this really slow grind to like 100,000 subs. And I don't want to do that. I think that I have a lot more to give to the world and a lot more to share that's not just Airbnb stuff. So I think with Airbnb as a search topic trending downward, less people are talking about it, less people believe in it, I will probably go more towards, like, out of 8 videos, 2 to 3 very specific videos in Airbnb, and the rest of them be more general, broad scale, so that I can build up my personal brand, and from my personal brand, nurture them on other places. That's how I'm thinking about it right now.